Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm fresh off of my 5 night cruise on the Carnival Legend, and I'm sitting here editing some videos and going through some of my notes and looking at some of my pictures that I took. And it kind of, something kind of struck me, and I thought about this while I was on the cruise, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion on it because it seems like there's a trend that I've been noticing when I've been sailing on Carnival, and it's in regards to the main dining room. And this particular cruise, I ate. I was a 5 night cruise. I ate in the main dining room 4 nights. I did a sea day brunch and then a couple of breakfasts in there, and but also thinking back to some of the other cruises that I've done on Carnival, and this is just kind of my thoughts, my opinion anyway. And I was thinking about and it seems to me like the portions in the MDRs, I feel like are getting smaller. Now I could be wrong on this, and that's why I'm making this video to kind of get you guys feedback on this. But it just seemed like more and more the entrees are getting smaller and smaller. And for example, one night I had the barbecue pork spare ribs, and now the barbecue pork spare ribs portion was decent. It was decent. I'll say that. But the two sides was coleslaw and some steak fries. And I wish I had taken a picture of it. I totally forgot to do it. But the coleslaw came in like a container, like yay big, just a couple of little forkfuls maybe. And the steak fries were just like maybe three, maybe four steak fries, and I'm not exaggerating. And like I said, I wish I would have took a picture of it. And these aren't like big cut, huge cut steak fries. These are probably a little bit bigger than regular fries. I mean, they were hand cut, but it's like I don't know, like who are they portioning these out for? And I know some of you folks might be watching from overseas and think, man, you Americans, think that the portions always got to be bigger. But I don't think so. I know Carnival complained, well, I don't know that they've necessarily complained, but I know they started charging for the additional entrees, and the thought process being, trying to cut down on food waste and things like that. And I'm thinking, well, maybe people wouldn't feel compelled to order additional entrees if the if the first one that you got was a full size meal. I mean, you go to eat a regular restaurant out in town and or off the ship, and usually you get a pretty good portion on the sides. But I don't know. And like I said, maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm totally off base here, and that's why I'm kind of bringing it to you guys to let me know. But and I know one night I did or actually not one night, but I did the sea day brunch I think it was the last sea day, and I ordered the steak and eggs, and the steak was just like a real tiny portion, and just a little teaspoon of scrambled eggs, and then they threw like 5 or 6 French fries on the plate. And again, it's like, I don't know what's going on with the portions, and when I eat dinner in the MDR, because I already know that they're gonna skimp on the entree portions, I feel compelled or almost forced to order more than one appetizer. And that's another thing, like the appetizer portions. And I know it's an appetizer, I get it, but like you know, you order the shrimp cocktail, and nowhere else, anywhere, have I ordered a shrimp cocktail, and it comes in like a little cup, and you get like three, maybe four shrimp, and it's not. And these aren't jumbo shrimp. You know, these are. You know, if you go to the supermarket to the frozen seafood section, you know, they got the different sizes of the bags of frozen shrimp, and you've got the little popcorn size shrimp, and then maybe I think the next one up is like medium, and then you go up to like the jumbo. Well, the ones that they're giving you on Carnival, it's like somewhere in between the popcorn and the medium size, and I mean I'm not even exaggerating on that. And then like one night they had I think fried tomatoes for an appetizer, and what they brought out was two little rinky-dink slices of the fried tomatoes. And you know, I remember my mother used to make fried green tomatoes, and she would actually get, you know, the actual tomato and slice it, put it in flour, or I don't know how you cook them. I mean, I know what she used. I'm assuming it was flour. And when they would serve it up, you know, when she would serve it up to you, you could actually look at it and identify that it was in fact a tomato. These things were like heavily breaded, and you were probably getting more breading than tomato. And they look more like the little hash brown circles that they serve on the breakfast buffet. You know, and you know, I don't want. I hate, because I don't want to be the guy that's having to order like three appetizers, you know, and having the servers to keep bringing me multiple things, you know. But again, it's just like the portions are getting kind of crazy in my opinion. I don't know if it's all part of the nickel and diming that they're trying to do, the spending rewards. Maybe they're skimping on the MDR meals to kind of force you to go book specialty dining. I don't know if that's going on, but and also like when I'm not on a cruise, I usually don't eat dessert with my meal. I usually just have whatever I'm cooking, and that's it, you know. But you know, since the portions are so small, I feel, you know, like I need to get a dessert just so I don't walk out of the MDR hungry, you know. But yeah, that's just the thoughts that I've been having on my experiences in the main dining room on Carnival. Again, this is just my opinion, and maybe I'm off base. Maybe it's been happening all along, and I just didn't notice it. So that's why I was going to ask you guys for your input. What do you think? Do you think that they are skimping? Is this something new? Do you think it's kind of a part of the whole trying to get people into the frame of mind of spending because of this new rewards program they're coming up with? Let me know in the comments. And as usual, if you like this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up on the way out. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Helps channel grow, helps push the message out to the masses. And I truly do appreciate anybody that likes, subscribes, shares, watches. And hope you're having a great day. And I will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.